Devin, Jamie, hey, congratulations on your new film, Love Danielle.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
You know what? This is a terrific film, especially with the terrific message. So, Devin, let me start with you first. Is tell us about writing about this film and creating it as much more, instead of a direct drama, more of a comedy drama in this case.
I mean, I don't know if that just speaks to my own personal sensibilities. I sort of have a comedic sense of, I don't know, a dark
I
comedy.
think
So
it does.
yeah, I think I just knew that we wanted to tell this story and we wanted to tell it in a way that was the way that I kind of deal with things, which is with comedy. And I got the idea literally while I was coming out of anesthesia from my preventative double mastectomy. And about a month after that, I met with my co-writer, and we started working on it. And that was January 2018. So we've been working on it for a while, and it was important to us that it wasn't like like a PSA, and that it wasn't another sort of depressing movie. We wanted it to feel full of hope and full of empowerment, honestly.
Jamie, tell us about your initial draw wanting to be part of this project.
It was originally brought. Oh, sorry, my kitten just knocked over a bag. And it was initially brought to me to be a part of it in several different capacities, and what I loved about it so much is I'd never read a script like it before, and I've been through. I lost my best friend from cancer, and it runs in my family and on several boards in regards to this. And it was honestly, it was Devin, because her very clear and unique vision of how to share something to really educate people and entertain people was like beyond measure. And the first script that I read had these amazing like puppets and like her creativity is like through the roof. And so no matter what I told her, I would be there whenever she needed, and I will always be here for her. Um, because this film is so important is not even the word. It's game changing, and especially with what's going on in the world right now. We were just having this side conversation about that, especially with what's going on in the world right now. Um, yeah.
Jamie, what was your awareness of BRCA? Everyone was aware of cancer before, and I wasn't aware of it until, Angelina Jolie brought it into light a few years ago myself.
Yeah, I'm really proud of Angie for that. For everything that she does. My awareness, I mean, not a very high awareness of it because, again, I lost not just my best friend, but many people from this. And so it was deeply important to me to be able to be a part of something that can convey the interpersonal relationships, what actually goes on when you're going through the process, and not to be like didactic, or I keep saying didactic or pedantic about it because that's the brilliance of Devin's writing. Like any opportunity to entertain and to educate is like it's really such a gift. And it brings you, it like really brings you into such a sincere place of like, oh, thank you, of gratitude to be able to be a part of it.
Well said. Devin, for yourself, going through the process of as a previvor in BRCA is really a tough process. But for you to star in this film, tell us about this journey of revisiting this and how challenging was it to, it's sort of like reliving these experiences to you.
Yeah, the reliving of it, though, I think really helped me to process what I had been through, honestly. When I was making these decisions and going through all of this, I remember being in just sort of like a haze. And I was in, we kind of would call it the vortex of doctor appointments and decisions, absurd things you would never think about. Do I also have my uterus taken out? Do I not? Do I save it? Which parts of me do I have taken out? And there was a sense of urgency at that time because my sister had just been diagnosed with breast cancer. And I wasn't really able to process it or really be present in the moment at that time. There was a lot of fear. And so reliving it in a way in filming this movie was a way for me to really deal with it and process it and work through it and kind of remind myself of what serious and difficult decisions these were. And I think maybe to feel sort of proud of myself that I had gotten through that and that I made these decisions that would help save my own life.
What was the debate on your courageous display of the reconstruction scenes in this film? Because, you know, a lot of people would not expect, you know, something like this to be put into a film.
It was honestly a non-negotiable to me. I knew from the beginning that if we were going to make this movie, it was important for me to show what I actually looked like going through these surgeries. And it was to connect with other people who have been through it, but also to show people who don't have a connection to it how difficult it is and what you have to face literally every day when you're recovering. And it was, in fact, so important to me that I actually put off my breast reconstruction for 2 years so that we made sure that we had gotten this footage. And I think the response we've gotten from other previvors and women who have been through this is just that they feel seen, and that feels amazing.
Excellent. Jamie, tell us about getting to the you know, into that mental space of your character for this as a person who's going through a cancer recovery.
Getting into character. Well, honestly, it was to me a love letter for Devin for her sister Ollie. Um, it's almost like I was able to channel their strength and the strength of the people that I loved and lost. And um, I mean, I spent a long time like I got very, very thin for the role, obviously, um, and utilized it. I pulled the humor from different sources and utilized the humor in this as a way for her to survive. You know, it's like when Devin just said it was non-negotiable. You know, there is something inside of our human spirit that has boundaries and that gives us extreme personality. And for me, with Amy, the character, it was like this loving and the humor was the thing that got her through, and most importantly what got her through was Devin as well, you know. So it was extremely vulnerable. And knowing that, you know, Devin and I just have this ineffable connection and chemistry together. So I knew that I could, like I previously described before, as like I felt like I was like in an undertow, you know, where you get caught in the ocean, then you can't really breathe. But I knew that like I could float because of Devin's strength, and that's really what was the anchoring for me in this.
That is beautiful. And Jamie, what was it like wearing the bald cap for this film? I
Oh my
bet you that
God.
wasn't
Oh
easy.
my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, I didn't think it was not going to be easy until someone told me the day before, how are you feeling about the bald cap stuff? And I was like, da, 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 da. Like I wasn't, I never thought about that. I never thought about that part because it was just in the story. And so that's what you do, right? Like we're telling the story and we're going to be authentic about it. And but then once it was on, I didn't realize like it's based on temperature, so it takes several hours to put it on, and then and I don't really care about vanity at all, to be real with you. Like I don't, it's not about the way that I looked, it's the way that it felt. And because I was on like 0 calories essentially, and not zero, but like, you know, like I think like 500 calories a day or something for this. And the when it would the AC would kick in, then it would like literally snatch my whole head back, like so it expand and contract, which created a lot of like severe anxiety inside of me. And so like when we were doing one of my favorite scenes ever, the bathroom scene, like that, I was really anchored into and felt really, you know, like it really put me physically in the place of, again, such extraordinary vulnerability, but it's like, but then that created an obstacle to work through, so that helped. But there did become a point where I was like, I thought I was gonna have a heart attack because I got really, 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 really scared. And that's when openness comes into play with the community around you. And I was able to tell Devin, like, hey, Dev, like, I'm like really scared right now, like really, really, really scared. And I don't know how much more I can take, like, do this, you know, and just by saying it out loud, which is the same thing as, like, you know, which is the most important thing about this film, which is just asking your family about if they have, you know, asking your family history about if they have any diagnosis and if they have this and the genetics, going to a genetic counselor. It's like that same level of vulnerability that you're willing to go to just say it. And then she's like, I got you. Like, I got you. You're good. You know what I mean? And she took care of me. And so we can take care of one another when we ask questions and we share the truth.
Very, very, very true. So, Devin, Jaime, thank you very much for bringing this Love Danielle to light. It is going to open many eyes towards BR's CE in this case. So, BRCA in this case. So, thank you very much for bringing this film.
Thank you.